so it's always there. So much that I've learned, about the Lord and about just life through parenting and just through cooking or washing dishes, just something the Lord has shown me in the simple things of life, these to me important truths about Him and our relationship with Him. And so I'm jotting that down. Like I'm jotting, as you said, getting it down because you will lose it. You'll forget it because there's so much going on in life.
We'll talk about this and much more today. Welcome to a Writer's Day podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day podcast. I'm so glad to have you here with me today because I started this podcast for you, folks who like to listen to published authors talk about their books and how they became published authors. It's so encouraging and inspirational. And also folks who want to learn more about the writing process. So welcome. And if you like what you hear today, please consider subscribing over at YouTube, follow me on Spotify, and head over to my website, artbyruth.com, to sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get a free PDF copy of The Letter Opener, a suspense story novella that I wrote a few years ago, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Okay, let's get started. Robin W. Pearson is here with me today. She writes from her Southern upbringing. That's right, small town Southern stories that are amazing. She's a homeschool mom and she loves family, so she's always inspired by what's happening around her. And she is with me today to talk about her newest release, The Stories We Carry. It sounds fascinating. So you know the drill. Grab your favorite beverage, a comfortable chair, kick back and relax as we listen to Robin talk about her new book. Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day. I'm excited to have my friend Robin W. Pearson with me again. Nice to have you back.
It's wonderful to be back. Love talking with you.
Oh, thank you. Gosh, we haven't spoken in a while, so I'm super excited. Catch us up as to what you've been up to.
Let's see, getting my nails done, sitting around doing nothing. Writing, obviously. Working with, my children. I have a son who's getting married next year. And he and his then girlfriend were hand models for a post I did on Walking in Tall Weeds. So it's cool to see them get married. He's graduating from college. I have a senior in high school who's graduating this year. So lots going on, as well as, of course, writing life.
Yeah. How exciting. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
A wedding. Woohoo.
Yes. Lots of, material for books.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Just tell them, just so you know.
Changing names and, ignore the tape recorder or ignore my phone, holding up and recording everything. So,
yeah, exactly. His wife will be like, when you call your mom, don't tell her anything because it'll end up being in a book. That is so cute, though. I love that. And I love seeing your posts about your kids on social media. It's so neat. Folks, I don't know if you know, but Robin has 5 children?
5+2. We have 7.
Oh, 7 total.
Yes,
Woo!
7. And now getting a daughter-in-law. So I'll have
Oh,
8.
that's
And I didn't
so
have to give birth to
wonderful.
her. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so neat.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they're all growing and developing. And in the meantime, you're finding time to write books. That is so impressive.
No, it's crazy. But God, it's just God, just His grace,
Yeah, he
His
gives you the
amazing grace.
stories. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
give you the time. Well, has your writing process changed over the years, though?
I am trying to do better and get rest. Approaching 55 and things changed. I think, you need more sleep even though you can't get it, at night. But so I'm just trying to be smarter, write smarter. And I have, fewer kids to homeschool right now. Like we're down to 3. So I
Hmm.
have more time to work during the daylight hours instead of, with the vampires at night. So I'm also, planning a little bit more. So yeah, just I'm still Robin. I can't seem to leave myself anywhere. I keep coming with me, but I am trying to, change the schedule a bit and actually plan things out. And I also take more time with family. I feel like I've been writing at this breakneck pace for the last few years, um, and kind of living on the edges with them. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm fully present as much as possible with them.
Mm. That's important,
So,
because as you're experiencing, they're leaving home and getting
yes,
married, and then, yeah, that's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at
yeah.
all.
Has your writing process changed over the years?
Oh my. Yeah, I mean, I think because I'm indie published, I need to put more books out there each year.
Mm-hmm,
I have to keep things out there. So I write more. I put out 5 projects last year,
mm-hmm.
4 the year before that. This
Wow.
year, probably just 4, I'm thinking. So it keeps me busy, but I do have to plot out my books a lot more than I ever have in my life. I don't know if it's because I'm 58 now, my mind is going or what, but I find that I have to have it plotted out now, or I start to
Okay,
lose track. So that's where it's changed the most is I'm much more of a planner now than ever before.
okay. Maybe that's just wisdom, you know? Wisdom comes with our age. So if the Lord says so. That's wisdom in doing that.
Yeah. Or just plain forgetting what
Or
I
just
was
plain
going to
forgetting.
do. Yeah, open up a project
Yes.
and what was this story about again? But I use OneNote a lot because it saves automatically. You don't have to constantly save. And I have all these tabs open that says book ideas. And if I
Okay.
hear something interesting, I'll start writing down maybe ideas for act one, act two, and then the resolution or a villain. I'll jot down ideas. We watch a lot of true crime, and so I write suspense. So I'll open up
Mm-hmm.
a tab and just start jotting down ideas from a story we just watched, a documentary or something.
Okay.
So that way, because in the old days, I used to just say, "Ooh, I should write a book about that," and then the next year I could write it. But nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
no way. I open up those tabs in my OneNote and I think, wow, when did I write that down that I was going to write a book about that? I don't even remember. So now I really have to jot down, detailed notes about who
Right.
the main character is going to be, what she's up against, and all that stuff. So I have about
Right.
10 projects that will be done in the next few years, but
Okay.
that definitely has changed over the years where I have to really jot down detailed notes now.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we both have, lots of fodder for our work, with true crime. Sadly, you've
Oh,
always got some
yes.
material going. And for me, writing family and seven
Mm.
fiction and all of that, there's always something going on here. A little bit of criminal activity, but just
Yeah.
lots of going on. So
Yeah. That's what I
there's
used to tell.
material. Yeah.
Exactly. I used to tell my students that all the time that good writers are good observers of life around
Mm-hmm.
you. So journal, write things down, whether I don't know about you, but sometimes I sit in church and the pastor's doing a sermon and he'll mention something and I think, ooh, that would
Yes.
make an interesting story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The
So,
same. Yeah,
you just
the
got to jot down
same.
things all the time,
Yes, all the
right?
time. That
Yeah.
happens for posts as well. I'm also I'm working on this nonfiction, like devotional
Mm,
idea. I always imagined myself doing writing about parenting. This was before the fiction, came along,
hmm
and doing that as a career. And so it's always there, so much that I've learned, about the Lord and about just life through parenting and just through cooking or washing dishes or just something the Lord has shown me in the simple things of life, these to me important truths about him and our relationship with him. And so I'm jotting that down. Like I'm jotting in church or wherever we are, the grocery store or, wherever. Just as you said, getting it down because you will lose it. You'll forget it because there's so much going on in life.
That's
We're just too
right.
busy sometimes, I think that's why our minds just forget because we're trying to do a million things at once.
Well, let's talk about your new book, The
All right.
Stories we carry. Tell me about this story.
Well, I guess we've kind of been hinting at it in terms of we're all carrying so much, so much from our past, so many people that we carry with us. And this book is about Glory Pryor and her husband Eli. They are in their early 60s, but they've been married just 5 years. So they're newlyweds, and they consider all of her books their children. She owns a bookstore called Buy the Book, and it's kind of a play on words because it's, either buy the book, BUY, or buy the book. And it's in the foothills of North Carolina, and it's in this old house, this old Tudor, and she lives above the store. And when she marries Eli, she kind of has made a promise to him that at some point they'll retire and go off to new adventures together. But this has been her home and her life and her life's work, and it's just hard for her to leave. And in comes Adele, and her son, and she and Bennett just kind of upend their whole life. She brings her own stories to their life that just kind of change things for both of them, for Eli and for Glory, and then the story develops from there. But
Mm.
Glory, she's dealing with missing her brother, who disappeared years ago. She's always kind of looking for him, and um, just kind of that search. It's a story that's about found family, because they don't have children of their own, but they have this community in this small town who are their sisters and brothers and friends and children. And we've had that, like, as we've moved around a lot, found family has been very important to my children, and to my husband and me. So there's that theme of um, that and reconciliation and forgiveness. Um, for me, it's a powerful story, and I hope people will connect with it.
I love those themes. Yeah. What was the inspiration for this story? Was it a bookstore or?
Well, it's funny. My daughters and I, we read The Count of Monte Cristo, which
Mm-hmm.
I just love that book. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, only one of my daughters loved it as much as I did. The other one was kind of counting the pages every day about how many pages we had to read. But it's such a great story, about this main character Edmond Dantes, and how he's filled with this righteous vengeance, and feeling like he's like the hand of God and has this godly authority to right decades of wrong. And so there's the question of, yes, he's justified, but should he?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and readers could, understand. And sometimes you want to cheer him on, but then it's like, in terms of believers, vengeance is mine, says God.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this character, Adele, okay, who comes thinking, okay, I have God's authority and the faith and the right to exact some type of vengeance or get what's mine. And then we have Glory, who's kind of struggling in her faith, but and she feels not even the victim, but she feels like she deserves, punishment of some sort. So, but the main inspiration really was the Count of Monte Cristo, of whether righteous vengeance is right. Um, so that's kind of how the book kind of plays out. Um, and then you see, like, who are you cheering for? Sometimes you'll go back and forth of who's in the right and who's in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But just we
Well,
have to trust God to avenge us, or to make it right. That's,
yeah.
I guess, in the end.
I loved that book. It was so amazing. That's a tough
Yeah.
read, but it really was good.
Yes, so amazing. Have you seen the series? There's a series based on a new series that's based on the book.
No. Really?
Yeah,
Is it set during that
yeah.
time? Okay.
Yes, it's fantastic. It's really good. It's a little divergent from the book a little bit, but it's
Mhm.
really good. It's really good.
Okay. What's it
Yeah.
streaming on?
Gosh, where is it? I'll have to ask my daughters. I'll have to
Okay.
let you know. Yeah,
Yeah, let me
it's
know.
great. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good.
Wow. And so Adele Simonette, what was your inspiration
Yes.
for the character of Adele?
Well, it's funny that her last name came from some old neighbors we had years and years and years ago. And so you never know, like when your past will pop up, it just, strikes you. And I wanted someone who, she has her own story. She's a widowed mother and she has a son that she's, raising. And I wanted this character who, she's a believer. She's, a Christian. She seems pretty set in her faith, but is is in the wrong in many cases, and so we're struggling like as, men and women of God, like we have our own struggles and we have our own wrestling to do. And I wanted her to kind of exemplify that struggle that we have with our pain and what to do with it and what's the right thing to do, and that sometimes what's fair isn't the right thing. So that's the question I think that she has to um, ask herself. That was kind of the inspiration I needed. That someone to kind of rub against Glory and in this town,
Yeah.
that that you'll love her. There's nothing, I think people will connect with her, and wonder like what choices they might make in this situation.
Yeah. Does Glory kind of have a perfect, quote unquote, perfect life with Eli, and then Adele comes in and messes things up?
Well, I mean, nothing is perfect. She's
Yeah.
adjusting to, she was 59 when she married him. So she had a full life and was more than happy running her store. And here comes this man who, turns everything upside down. She falls in love, and then she's got to change and in that two becoming one,
Mhm.
idea, which is hard at any age, I think, let alone if you have had, been very independent your whole life. So they're adjusting to life together. And then in comes that woman, as
Wow.
Glory calls her, that
That
woman.
woman. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is a
Yeah.
lot to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, being married at 59. Wow. That is a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. But it's beautiful. I think they're beautiful together. I love them together. He's a great I love Eli. He's very
Yeah.
patient and kind, but he wants what he wants, and has a vision for their marriage, and it's we have to see what aligns, what's God's vision for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of adjustment on both their parts, as marriage is, I think, at any point in time. At least
Oh,
it is
yeah.
for me.
Definitely. What were some of the challenges you encountered when writing this story?
Well, just time. I wanted to, I have a great editor. Kathy Olson is wonderful. Of course, I had too many words, as you can tell. I could go on and on. And she, kept making sure, steering me to make sure that um, it was, succinct, and I was getting the message across without kind of meandering um, to too many stories within the book. Um, I just wanted to make sure I, was faithful to the telling of it, um, and then just time. For me, a
Hmm.
lot of my is just time. I'm kind of pulled in a lot of different directions with family, with parents, and
Hmm.
commitments, and just trying to give it the time it needs. I'm a slower writer. I don't know how in the world you've written. You said 4 books this year. Did you produce? You said you produced 4 books.
Yeah, 4 this year and then
Wow,
5 last year. Yeah.
wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I my my stories probably take as long as my grits to cook. So I so it just takes a while. And so just having to, make sure I'm sticking, deadlines around life. So that was probably some of the hardest, parts of it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you want it to develop, but then you also want, you just have to stay on task. So
Yeah, there's
yeah.
deadlines, but you don't want to rush it.
Yes.
You want it
Yes.
to be a good story. Yeah, I
Yes.
hear you.
Yes.
What are some of the things you want readers to take away from your story?
Well, I want them to, see like the beauty and the strength of community.
Mm,
And this small towns. I grew up in a small town, and I know small town America in many places is not, doing that well. But the beauty of community, working together, and investing in your town, and so that the strength of community, as I talked about, the found family idea, the idea that family is what we make it, and um,
mm,
being content with what you have. We're constantly kind of looking for more or looking for something else than what you have. Being grateful, that whole gratitude for what you have, and just looking at um, marriage in different stages of life. It was interesting challenge to write that, and a new marriage, but at a mature age. So you're gonna see issues differently. You're going to see each other differently. So um, wanting to reflect that and be true to that. Um, it
mm,
was also, and thinking about your earlier question too, I wrote poetry, original poetry for this book, and writing that as well as writing the book, that was a challenge. I'm hoping that, readers will appreciate the poems that I wrote, and that they make sense within the story and you can understand them. And I hope that it's something that they also try to explore the meaning of as they're talking about the other themes in the book. So, life is one big poem, there's like this
yeah,
free verse, right? Like, so yeah,
well,
there's
that's
so
the
much.
truth.
Yeah. Sometimes it rhymes and sometimes it does not.
Those are powerful themes, though. I love that, the
Yeah.
sense of community. That is so important. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
The
you.
Stories We Carry releases October 7th, which means it's available for pre-order right now. So
Yes,
head over to
please
Amazon
do.
and order it. Woohoo!
Yes. It's exciting. It's hard to believe it's right around the corner. And actually, it releases on my parents' anniversary. They'll be married 63 years this
Wow.
year. Yeah. So it's a very special day. So
Oh,
it'll be nice to celebrate
yeah.
them and celebrate, the book, and celebrate getting my teeth cleaned on that day. So it's a big day all around.
A great big day in Robin's world.
Great big day,
Wow.
yes.
How wonderful. And so, can folks head to your website to sign up for your newsletter?
Yes, please do. I have when you sign up, you can get free recipes. I have
Hmm.
5 characters who've come up with some recipes for you that from each one from each book, and they'll tell you how to cook some special stuff. So please sign up, get the recipes, and you can find out more about where I'm going, what I'm doing, and what I'm eating, and what we're
Hmm.
eating, of course.
Yeah, that's very important. All those recipes. Oh
All those
boy.
recipes.
And what's your website again?
It's robinwpearson.com, and you can
Oh,
find me online anywhere at Robin W. Pearson.
well, that's easy. Well, so what's coming next down the road for you?
I am working on a nonfiction project devotional, and I'm also writing a story or planning a story as you are, like planning it all out, right? Now that we're doing
Hmm.
that stage, but um, about it's set at the coast, North Carolina. So it's new for me because I kind of stayed, in the Piedmont area, as we call it here, or the foothills.
Hmm.
And it's a story that ties in. You'll see some characters that you are familiar with that you've seen before in my other novels, but taking it to the beach,
Ooh,
taking it to the beach.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. The North Carolina coast. I missed it. I miss
Yes.
it so much. We used to live near there. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
Well,
that's
Robin,
right. We have lots in common.
yeah, we do. I used to live out there in North Carolina. I miss it so much. I was hoping we could retire there, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You never know. Maybe I'll see you running along these streets one day.
Someday. My husband goes out there often for the Cove. He goes to the Billy Graham conferences out there. He's a chaplain for
Okay.
them. And the last time we went, I wanted to go too, but we just couldn't
Yeah,
work it
you'd
out.
mentioned that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so next time
Okay.
he goes, I'll let you know and we'll meet at the
Please do.
Biltmore. Yeah, we'll meet at the Biltmore or something.
That would be lovely. That'd be lovely.
Oh, well, Robin, it's always so nice to catch up with you and find out what's going on in your neck of the woods. And The
Thank
Stories
you.
We Carry releases October 7th. Thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today.
Thank you. It's been great.
Oh, it's always so fun to talk with Robin W. Pearson about her new books. She's a delight. And remember, if you head over to her website, robinwpearson.com, you can get those recipes that her characters have. I just might do that. And remember, The Stories We Carry releases October 7th. So go pre-order your copy today. So when it comes out, your Kindle will automatically populate with her amazing story. I love Robin's books. And I hope that you've been encouraged too, even though she homeschools kids and she's planning, a wedding for her son. I mean, she still makes time to write because it is her passion. And always observing everything that's happening around her with family and small town life. So be encouraged. Write things down that you observe around you, conversations people have. That's where your stories can come from. And of course, those documentaries and television shows and even pastors' sermons. Jot down your ideas, and you'll never hit that writer's block if you do that. But most importantly, keep going forward on your writing journey, because like Robin said, she has powerful themes running through her stories that she wants readers to see when they put down the book and they finish it. Well, someone out there needs to read the themes that you have in your stories as well. So don't give up, keep going forward. And thanks so much for listening. Until next time. God bless.